Two teams lined up, looking forward for this final. Teams that have been consistent. Yeah, teams that have been consistent, as I said, played really well. The Blitz needed to win against the Lusaka Heats. The umpires have done a wonderful job throughout the 2 weeks. And yep, victorious were they. The Blitz playing 3 games today. So let's see how their bodies will handle all these 3 games. These two teams just lining up. It's been a wonderful tournament, this though. Great initiative. The game. But it all comes to this. A couple of round robin games. And now the final. Okay. Wonderful tournament, as I said. Let's join Marco, who's at the field.
Well, of course, love to welcome you back to the Lotus Sports Club. And it's on your screen right now. It's a delegation that would love to make themselves well acquainted with the teams that are playing the finals. And of course, the person who was leading that procession was the Zambia Professional Cricketers Association of Zambia President, Kushal Jain. And doing the greeting right now, being led by Captain Joseph Chinonga of the Kabwe Stars, is the Permanent Secretary of Youth and Sport, Mr. Joe Kapembwa. And his company is the General Secretary of the National Sports Council, Mr. Raphael Mulenga. And also with him is Mr. Cade Chikowo, who is the Chief Development Officer at the Ministry of Sport in Zambia. Other notable dignitaries are veteran people from the cricket world. And you would see Mr. Ashish Patel as well.
Santosh. Santosh, good afternoon, sir. Mr. Duncan. Good afternoon, sir. Mr. Roger, the captain of Ndola Blitz.
Mr. Kitten Naik, of course, as well, amongst those in that procession. Eunice Issa, a veteran cricket administrator in Zambia. Also there is Mr. Ashish Desai. Some of the faces that have made Zambian cricket what it is.
Oliver Snart. Good afternoon, sir. Aiden Hawksworth. Good afternoon, sir. Kay Russell. Good afternoon, sir. Greg Calvin. All the best from Ndola. Why are you winning Ndola? Thank you very much. Thank you. Thanks very much. Back now? Yes. Maybe.
Of course, now next up for us will be the national anthem, and that will kickstart proceedings. So just before we have the final, we are going to have the national anthem being sang. And we're in place for the national anthem.
Ladies and gentlemen, may we stand for the national anthem. Joy in unity, because in the struggle for their rights, we hold freedom's fight, strong and free. Africa is our own motherland, fashioned with and blessed by God's good hand. Let us for her people join as one, brothers under the sun. Oh, one, strong and free. One land and one nation is our cry. Dignity and peace needs Zambia's sky, like a noble
The national anthem is done and dusted. Those are the formalities, the greeting process, which was led by the Zambia Professional Cricketers Association President, Mr. Kushal Jain, in his company, the Permanent Secretary for Youth and Sport, Mr. Joe Kapemba, other notable dignitaries, National Sports Council of Zambia, General Secretary Raphael Mulenga, and of course some notable faces from the Zambian cricket face. And now that all those formalities are done and dusted, what it is now is that the Lotus Sports Ground will now surrender you over to commentary so that we can enjoy the proceedings of this final on day 4 of the T10 opening tournament from the Lotus Sports Ground. Enjoy the action.
It's the final of the Bet Bata Zambia Cricket League. It's the Kabwe Stars against the Ndola Blitz, coming live at the Lotus Sports Ground in Zambia. All right. There was a toss earlier. Let's hear what the captains had to say.
Testing mic, testing mic. Last coin toss of this particular tournament that we have come through. It's the final of the T10 cricket that we have experienced here from the Lotus Sports Ground. The teams in the final, Kabwe Stars, Ndola Blitz. With me are the respective captains. Captain of the Kabwe Stars, Joseph Chinunga. Captain of the Ndola Blitz, Robert Rogers. And of course, our able umpires, Robert and Anthony. We're going to proceed now to the coin toss. And Joseph, please, would you do the honors and lead us? The call?
Tails.
Tails is the call from Robert. And tails it is. So, Robert, what would you be doing first?
We'd like to have a ball first.
Any particular reason why you would love to bet?
Well, we just seem to think that the wicket might act up a little bit funny in the later innings. But yeah, as I said, we're wanting to rather know what we're chasing. Hopefully, put a lot of pressure on them in the first opening overs.
Your pace bowlers haven't really delivered for you just yet. Any particular chance you might tweak that a bit?
Well, hopefully. We've got James Green, who unfortunately injured himself last game that he played yesterday. We've got a bit of time now before we have to hand in our squad list, so we'll see. We'll see how his arm is feeling in about half an hour or so, and yeah, hopefully he might be able to lead us from the front there.
So, Joseph, you guys will be at the bat. What will your strategy be?
The strategy, I think I shouldn't even say. I shouldn't talk about the strategy right now because he's my opponent. So I think we'll do what it takes to bat.
So, would you say that your batsmen are ready to take on the challenge?
Yeah, we're ready for anything.
Okay, so those are the captains of the respective sides from Kabwe Stars, of course, Joseph Chinunga, and of course from Kitwe Blitz, Robert Rogers. And we'll excuse them with our umpires. After this, of course, join us as we continue with this and join our commentary team as they lead us into the final. Kabwe Stars taking on Ndola Blitz.
Yeah, you would expect that from the Blitz. They enjoy bowling first. They need to know what they're chasing. Alongside me is Johan van der Walt. Those two teams look strong.
Yeah, don't forget, it's the second encounter today. Stars coming up trumps this morning in the first match. That's why they went straight to the final. The Blitz had to clear another hurdle, which they did so. Not as easy as they would have liked. But however, these two teams are in the final, and I think the two form teams, the two best teams in this competition. We'll have to wait and see how the wicket plays. One or two keep low, so take advantage of the wicket first up. Joseph Chinunga, what an innings he played this morning. Can he continue with that form? He's also the captain. He leads from the front with the bat.
Yeah, those runs just came at the right time, didn't it? It's a game in the semi-final. He gets not out. It's a good strike rate. Ashraf Lulat, a strike rate of 136, best of 24. Batted well in the first weekend, but just lost his way in the last couple of days. But I'm sure it's a final. It's a new game, but he'd want to start off well. He wants a decent enough partnership. It's power play number 1, which they need. James Green back in the side. Decent strike rate, good economy rate as well. He was missed today though, Dion.
Yeah, I feel it makes a big difference. We've just heard the captain said he's had a bit of an injury scare. It looks like something to the forearm, which shouldn't bother him too much with the bowling, maybe later on with the batting, but he makes an absolute difference in this seam lineup. He leads from the front. He gets a little bit of shape. Off we go, ready for the first ball in the final.
And immediately he's on the mark. Quick single, just a fumble. So off the mark is the captain. And the Stars have their first run. A good start is what you need when you're the bowling side. We saw what a difference it makes when that first over is not on the money. When you go for 20 your first over, you're always catching up. And what Green has done for the Blitz is he's just given no runs away, even though he doesn't get the wicket. But going at 5 or 6 runs in your first over just puts the team under pressure. Yeah, not a good delivery from him. Just too much leg side and beautifully put away.
Yeah, short leg side. It can only be helped on its way. Fine leg is up in the circle. Power play consists of 4 overs. All his game, he likes the pace. He doesn't have to swing himself off his feet. Sort of deflects it. What Green was looking for. Also, he might have thought to himself, sorry, this one down the leg again. He wasn't going to play a game today. He's injured. He missed the 2 important games this morning, and all of a sudden you're back in. Need to get straight back on the horse, as they say. That one also down the leg side. He'll try and get his line towards off stump. Also don't want to give any width, no room. Tighten the offside.
That's a good hit, that. Better timing, and it races away for 4.
It's more like it from Lulat. We've seen him in the previous couple of games where he tends to throw his head back, loses his balance. This time, stays in the shot. Also hits it nice and straight. Best area to hit the cricket ball. You just look at Green's hand. It looked like there's a bandage on it, and there's obviously some discomfort. Just sliced it away, finds the gap. Will it race away for 4? Good work at the end. There's the Stars straight away off to a good start. 2 balls remaining, 13 already. That's what you said, Vic. As a batting unit, you look to start well, but especially as a bowling unit, try and set the trend. First over, go for 15, 20, sort of catch up all 10 overs long. It's a bit better, really better. Good line, good length, and treated with a little bit of respect from the captain.
So when you look at Green, and generally, I know he's probably the quickest in this tournament so far. It's the field setting that he has. You know, that's beautifully driven. Hits the stumps. End of the over, 14 without loss. It's generally, just look quickly there, but there's nobody on that leg side. He has a man at long on, and he's got a third man. It's in between field that you're setting onto. Because he gets the extra bit of bounce, you probably feel that he needs to have a square leg, and with a bit of bounce, and if he doesn't get the length right, the batsman will probably hit it to square leg. But he's gone for 14, and I'm sure the Stars will be happy with that start. brush off a few off the middle of the bat, 11 of just 4. Geldenhuys in his third over, in his third game, not his third over. Only allowed to bowl 2 overs. Let's see how loose he is.
Good start, good length, good line.
He looks all right.
It looks okay. Had an hour and a half's break. Just get those legs, get some rest in them. It does take a bit out of you, especially in this, and we spoke about it earlier this morning, match intensity. Even though it's 10 overs, even though you only bowl 2 overs per game, there's a lot of running around. One thing I want to see, Vic, as you see again, no one on the leg side. No one, sorry, long on is out, but no one square, that's what I mean. We've seen so many deliveries go there. If you don't get your line right, it is a help yourself delivery. That forces him to bowl wide. It forces him to bowl wide, and when you get your length wrong, then it's room. You can clear his, free his hands. The way they've been catching, you don't have to worry about that. This is now the blitz, and hopefully for the team sake that the fielding and catching can be better. It cost him this morning, nearly cost him in the second game as well. Again, why? Pierces that gap, that's 4.
Yeah, it's such a difficult field to bowl to, and psychologically as a bowler, you feel that you need to bowl on the stump, don't you? Where that field set, you want to be on off stump, but because that field setting, he feels that I can't go anywhere straighter to his pads, because that can happen. No protection whatsoever. The timing is not there, which means that it won't race away to the bound. Oopsie, oopsie.
Stiff body, yeah, Vic, and coming back to that point, and also lengthwise. So you only have to get your length wrong a little bit by a foot, and it opens up both sides. If it's wide, you can free your arms. If it's a little bit straighter, you can play that shot, which just now, just the timing wasn't there, but there's no protection. This field is set for full and straight, long on, long off. Again, get your line wrong, and you can go the distance.
This is high up in the air. Well, there's one man there, and he finds oopsie. I thought he found him through his hands. It's Parker who misses the chance on this occasion.
Vicky, you were dead right. He did find him. The fielder just didn't get hand to ball and on it. So, and it continues. And I know they've been talking about this for the last couple of days, and the ball just keeps following you. Had an opportunity, another opportunity. This is high again.
And this time it's safe.
Luckily for him. One wonders, that is the end of the over 22 without loss. Mid off. Could he got there? Could he have gotten there? I think so.
That's always it's a confidence thing, isn't it? When the ball sort of goes in the air, there's been so many drop catches. Fielders sort of just leave it for the next guy to sort of catch it.
Just got this little hope in the back of your head. Please don't come to me. not now. Good start. The Stars, Kabwe Stars, playing at 11 and over. 22 shows you start off well. That first over went for 15. Put pressure on the bowlers and the fielders for that matter.
The other thing though is, if you look at those deliveries there's Lulat has faced, those 2 deliveries, the one was a drop catch, was right in the arc. The second one was a full toss, which he hit straight up in the air as well. Well, it finds its way, and they just run 1 run. But it's 2 deliveries that he can put away, and that can change things. The 2 boundaries changes the whole game. Better line from Green. This is heaved. Straight to long on. Just the single.
You know, that thing, I don't want to stamp on this deep square. Green's got a little bit of pace. The ball tends to go square. It's a much more difficult shot hitting him over mid-off, too long off, than getting him to square leg. So also something to look at. Right there, it's a good length. Don't want singles there. But you can understand it. There's no one backing up there. So they're all hanging on the circle. They know the field placing. They know what's happening. Everybody hanging back. They're happy with one at this stage.
And also the weapon that Green has, though, and I think probably for the last time now, is the bounce that he has. The one thing that you don't want for him to lose is you don't want him to do that. You don't want him to pitch the ball up. You want him to hit a hard length with a new ball and try and see if he can get some sort of movement of the surface. At the moment, he's just pitching up to full. And again, Lalat misses out. It was was one to be put away.
Good start to this over. Two deliveries to come. Can he finish strong? Can he avoid the boundary? Slow delivery, well bowled. Dot ball. Acknowledgement as well from Shinanga.
Just look at that field. It's such a difficult field to bowl to. All you're sort of looking to do is try and bowl as full as possible, try and bowl Yorkers. Nice protection there. The timing is not there. Just struggling with his timing at the moment, Chinunga. Good over that by Green. 26 without loss.
Yeah, Green, you'll be happy with that, especially the second over. First over expensive. This one only goes for 3, so a good comeback. Also a good lesson in that. Remember, your next over is the important one. 1 over to go in this power play. 26 after 3. Going at 9s. These are the games that, if you've missed them this morning, the Stars, they beat the Blitz. That was the showdown, same as what we've got now. And then the Blitz in a really good run chase beat the Heat by 8 wickets. Punched down the ground, only going to be a single, but this is what we've been waiting for 2 weeks. Grand final.
Gap. Find a gap. Get 4. Yeah, but it's okay so far. That's a decent enough start.
Yeah, and this morning the captain Chinanga, he was the main destroyer. The Lati is laying into them, 21 of 11. So good signs here for the Stars. Also no wickets down, that's key.
Yeah, good hitting. Didn't quite get it out the middle, but put him under with the walk down the pitch. Try to take pace off and try and throw it a bit wider, still got to it.
He looks like he wants the pace. He likes having pace on the ball. Every time we've seen pace taken off to him, sort of tries to overhit the ball. Here again, have a look. Doesn't get to him, he has to wait. Have a look at the head. It's all over the show.
Close. That is so close. Oh, wow. That's funny from the keeper. He felt it was unfair that it didn't hit the stumps.
It's groundsman's fault. He should have put it at an inch to the other side. He's seeing the funny side of it. It's funny. Must have been so close. Finish off this power play. That is what Gelnays will be thinking. One delivery to come.
Edged and gone. Yeah, big wicket, important wicket, gets them started, the blitz. Yeah, his little cameo comes to an end. Lulat. He's given them a start though.
Yeah, I think he's done a real good job. Just last 2 or 3 deliveries, he tried to hit the ball, hit the cover off it, hit it out of Lusaka. Have a look at the head. Have a look at the batter's head, and there it goes. So there's that's the problem. A couple of words between the batter and the keeper. Let's go, boys. Not sure what that is all about, but the first wicket is down, and also really good last over of this power play.
Ooh, that sun's not square. Which one's a darker? Do you want to come cover? Just check. Let's go, boys!
Isaac Mwaba comes out to the middle. Yeah, showed some promise through the tournament. They'd love for him to find his form again in this game. He beats the ball. Yeah, no finesse there. He plays shots, loves to.
I think yesterday he played that 49 not out. You have a look at the runs scored through the series in 8 games. Oh, good start. Yeah, he's got 108 runs, of which 49 was in 1 inning. So you want him to find that specific form again. Tells you he hasn't contributed too much in the other innings. So crucial, but this is the game he can do it. This is the game you want to do it. So I would love for him to make a big contribution in the final.
Yeah, injured himself. He top edged one into his nose in first weekend. And it kind of derailed everything for him, because after that he just couldn't quite get things together. Understandable. But maybe the 49 does it. Comfortable catch. Trying to hit the cover off at Chinunga and working against the turn. Just gets an outside edge and the leggy's got a wicket.
That is the worth of a leggy. He's been bowled really nicely this morning, and that is the big wicket. It's the captain, Chinunga. He's gone. Only 10 runs, scored of 12 deliveries, so the Blitz would be ecstatic with that, and also that they've taken a catch for a change, which is good. This was quite easy, but that's the thing. Try to heave it across the line. Just managed to slice it to point. Catch taken. A little bit of a momentum shift in the last 2 overs, you feel.
Yeah, I agree with you, Johan. It has been a momentum shift, and especially when you have a couple of big hitters that are gone. Now it must all start again with 2 new men. Mwaba walked in, and now Godfrey Kandela is in, and both must try and get going straight away. And you have to feel that's the opportunity for more wickets if you're the Blitz, because they won't nudge and nurdle it about. They need to get themselves going at 10s and try and get past 100. Oh, pad first, surely.
Looked like pad first, definitely pad first, looks straight. Umpire having none of it. You shout, have a look, decide for yourself. Beautiful delivery, nice flighted delivery. There you go. Was there a little bit too much turn? Good over from Oxworth, really good.
Top bowling, Bagger, top bowling.
the rest has done them the world of good. Give me that one. Needed to pick a spot. As it turned out, he didn't hit it hard at all. Good over by Hawksworth. Good wicket. And it's got the Blitz into the game.
Even more. Let's keep working on you, boys. Let's keep working on you. Push through till the end, Jack. Push through till the end. Okay, good boys. Great area.
Yeah, halfway. And yeah, 2 new men at the crease, I think makes a huge difference. I think it just shifts things. What can they find? Can they get some sort of momentum? Kandela and Mwaba. Bowling. Thinking too. Just one. Yeah, good call, no.
The Blitz have bowled better today as well. It makes a difference, I feel, when you've got your leader of the attack, Green. He was there. He set the tone early. It was expensive first over, but brought it back nicely. And the rest has followed. There's a sweeper down there. Maybe one again. You're happy as a bowling unit. 3 for 2. You're not happy with that. Should be 1, but you're happy if you can eliminate all the boundaries.
Wow, both Kandela and Marwa need to play good innings. Oh, we're not going to do it doing that. Pretty determined where he wants to hit that.
He's not a big chap, Kandela. Almost feels that he has to swing himself off his feet. Also get in a situation where we've had 2 or 3 cheapish overs, and you can feel the pressure. You can see that.
Well, that's gone straight up, hasn't it? Who wants it? Nobody wants it. Two men converged. One man dropped it. Now on they went, just like that. Shouts of catch. Nobody there, right in the gap. 4 runs. Nice start to the over.
Hawksworth, really good first over. It's a start that the Stars needed. They've fallen behind the 8 ball a little bit. The run rate has dwindled to under 8 just before that. Just nudging above 8 again. It's a bare minimum, one would think.
Now somebody's got to catch that. Keeper's catch. Taken. Mwaba gone. Yeah, blitz. It's blitz all the way here.
Again, the leg spinner strikes. You don't blame him. He could feel it. He hasn't had a lot of strike in the last 2 or 3 overs. Only 7 runs, but they know it. They know they need to up it. Here's it going across the line. Just loses his shape a little bit, and that's easy pickings for the keeper. He's the man with the gloves. That's his catch. Taken. 3rd wicket down. Sometimes, you know, it can be tricky with the helmet on. That peak that is in your line of sight. And well to keep his eye on the ball. When you get there eventually, not too difficult.
Oh, they're swinging, aren't they? They are swinging as hard as possible. Misfield dead. Bring a second. I think I had a don't worry. Top work. Top work, Keeps. That is really good work. Unsighted for some time, having to go to the leg side. It's between the legs and the stumps rather than the other side. So less distance to travel, and it also stayed low. And he's picked that up and whipped the bails off so quickly. They are running through the stars here. Kandela gone.
The key, I think, have a look. It almost goes under. It stays low, so the keeper has to hold his position, stay low, keep those gloves low. Take the balls of really good stumping. Taken a decent catch, but this is special. And 4th wicket down. And the leg spinner shows his worth. Shows you what a difference making in the morning and in a game. This morning it was all stars. At this stage it's all blitz.
Maybe it was just too early for them, you know?
It looked a bit stiff this morning. It might have been too early. It was a 9:30, 8 o'clock start. 8 start. I tend to agree with them. These 8:30 starts is a little bit early sometimes, especially over weekends. But they're on the ball this afternoon, and that's what's matter. That is what is needed of them. Got themselves into the final. First delivery, smashes it over cover for 6. No sighters, thank you, coach. I'll go.
That's the sighter. We're looking forward to what's coming next.
Oh, what a fantastic shot over extra cover. Not the easiest of shots. There's no pace to work with. But clean as a whistle.
Oh! I'll see you. I'm out.
Nicely done. Hawksworth 3 for 18 from his 2. 59 for 4 with just 3 more to go. Here's Stowe. Oh, hello. Oh, goodness. That's a shocker.
I was going to say a loosener, but he's already in his 2nd over. I think he just tried something that didn't come off. Sometimes we do those things and we don't look great after trying it.
Long shot. Whoops. Yeah, it's okay. Back for a second. Back for a second. Yeah. Shouldn't be. Hit it crisply. Got to the fielder quickly. Shouldn't be second.
Very good running at the end of the day, like you say, Pommy. I don't think the Blitz will be fairly happy with their fielding. The whole day so far, they haven't been great in the field, but they've been very good with the ball and the bat, which is saving them. Another big swing from Shensha. But it's definitely his needlessly run out. I mean, what a senseless wicket there. He was going nicely. He was bringing some lovely intent there, which is what the Stars are needing at the moment, being 63 for 5.
Oh goodness, where are you going? I was trying to figure, you know, must have been a fumble or something. Nothing. He's picked it up and he's throwing it back. Where are you going? And he was striking it so well too. Oh, there's another shocker.
Tommy, do you think it's because it's a final? They're panicking a little bit. The approach has been very indifferent. You could see early in the day they're very calm. Obviously playing at high intensity, but very calm. Now they just look a bit. You can't say no, it's not reckless. It's a bit nervous, if you can call it that.
Yeah, but I accept that actually. Nerves can do that. Looking to play shots all the time, and lucky that one doesn't get taken as well. But yeah, they look rattled because the overs are running out and they're squeezing harder and harder and swinging harder and harder.
They're definitely swinging harder and harder. Just over 2 overs left. The good thing about it is they've got runs on the board. So far, oh, it's a beautiful, it sounded very nice off the bat. Is it going to clear? Oh no. Wow, it was nicely in the gap. We talk about hitting the gaps in the outer ring, that was definitely hitting the gap.
Chopped it on. More and more wickets. Stow into the action.
I can't remember we seeing the Stars batting this deep, so we don't know what they have left in the lower order. But for this, like, I hope there's a guy, someone that comes in, can hit a couple lusty blows. Good length from Stowe there. Getting a thick inside edge onto middle and off. James Zimba, the next batter in, has a best of 8, striker of 72. I think he would like to put a 1 before that 72.73.
I'll take a quick 16 from him right now.
Probably not that miss. Let's close that. Varnish almost.
Very close. And Ndola Blitz will feel they're close too. Couple of overs to go. They've got the Stars 6 down for just 66. Now to close this innings out. And if they're batting earlier, there's anything to go by, they might well short work of whatever the Kabwe Stars put up. Never know though, never know.
So look at the score card. Shinunga was awesome in the first game this morning. Almost single-handedly winning the game for the Stars against the Blitz. you have Squire into the attack. It's like a leg by.
Squire was the captain. I think he looked into the future and thought, no, this running in stuff, no.
It's too much strain on the body, Pommy.
Oh, hold on, look, he's just run up there. So now he mixes it up. He'll run up and he'll bowl an offie, and he'll run up and bowl a seamer every now and again, but definitely started off bowling seamers. Look at that, he's got the leg spin going now.
Multi-talented. Yeah. No, I think he knew. Obviously, everything happens there at the crease. All that effort that goes through your joints. That's what makes it hurt. Good shot straight down the wicket. From Zambia. Oh, again. Again, the blitz fielding is not. Wow, you can almost call it absent today. It's a Captain Rogers. Obviously, the captain, you wanna lead by example, and I did all the effort to get there. And again, a big swing from Zambia to long on this time. With these one-handed pickups, it's a bit risky at the moment, but it came off for the fielder there.
Lovely work, Rich. Well done, Richie.
Nicked. And he is on his way. A nod from the umpire. 7 down for 75. There's just one over to go. The Blitz blitzing it.
That was a massive swing from Zambia. 3 or 4 deliveries. That's 4 or 4, sorry. Well, obviously it's this time of the innings. Probably got to get on with it. Very good take again from Fletcher. He's very good behind the stumps today.
Yeah, it's been nice work behind the stumps, I agree. That stumping was pleasing. Pleasing to watch. Good movement across. For some, because they're tall, they can look ungainly behind the stumps and not look so neat. But that was mightily effective. Gladson Kandela is in. Just one over to go. That's a good start to it. That's exactly what you want. 6 runs.
Very good hit by Baidu there. Probably over mid wicket for 6. 81 for 7. They need, what do you think? They need to get at least 90. It's just to put a little bit of pressure on the blitz, and I think they're going to need a couple more blows, obviously, in this last over.
Yeah, I thought 100 is a good score. It's a final. Get a wicket or 2 up front, then it's big pressure. Ooh. Now running a third. Yeah! What are you doing? Oh, no way! Oh my goodness. He wasn't running at all.
That's just bad awareness. I was gonna. You can only put that down to bad awareness. It's not as if he's tired. He only faced 6 balls.
Oh, Baidu. Really? Man. And he just showed he can hit it. They would have liked him to strike a couple more before the end of the over, the end of the innings. But he's just given his wicket away there.
Yes, Palmer, I think he was upset. He didn't want to go for the 30. He wanted to be on strike.
Yeah, well, you're not going to be on strike if you get run out. or say no. You know, Nyirongo's in. Oh, hello. That's gone through the top, that's for sure.
Why is it better? That's when you think, okay, is a cap a good idea? If you see one like that goes through the top.
It's not phased any of them. We each come in, walked in with caps. Oh, don't throw it. Why are you throwing it? They're getting one.
Trigger happy.
Yeah, point fielders. Dot. One to go.
Point being the day that it is for them in the field is also they haven't had a lot of clean pickups, so you do get excited. Let's see what's happening with the last ball of the innings.
I'd like to say Johan van der Vat called that get 84. That is absolutely spot on. 2 dots to finish. Hey, Roger's very happy. And so he should be. All the Blitz players should be very happy. A top effort in the field. They have kept the Kabwe Stars to 84 for 8. And this is there for the taking for the Blitz. That's why they've got their smiles on. Nah, don't mess it up.
Yes, Pamela, they've done really well just keeping it down to 84. They get, well, if you look back, could have been a lot less with the fielding. They've given a lot of runs away in the field. But yeah, they'll take. I think if you before they went onto the field and they said, okay, you're gonna chase 85 runs, you would take that any day with. Yeah, I think a guy just walked off the golf course, still got his golf kit on, and it looks like a beautiful day. No wind, beautiful conditions, nice and green. You can imagine the greens are fairly nice and soft there in Zambia.
.23 from 14 for Lulat, and not much else really from anybody else. That's why they only get to 84. It'll have to do for the Kabwe Stars. They have got to come back and fight. Try and make sure that they get wickets up front. No partnerships at all for the Ndola Blitz. They can't afford them because they themselves didn't manage any.
Yes, Pom in the bowling. Green back in the team again. Good start. Geldenhuis 1 for 15. Hawks with 3 for 18 is 2 overs. All the bowlers have done really well. The fielding didn't play their part again, but you'll take out figures in a 10 over format.
Who's it going to be, the winner of the Zambian Cricket League? Ndola Blitz need to get 85 if it's going to be them. The Kabwe Stars need to keep them to below 84. It's an okay total, but you never know what pressure can do. We'll find out how that chase goes in not long from now. Yeah, look at how they went. A few highlights. A snippet of what went on in their innings. Boundary here, boundary there, but mostly wickets galore. That's a nice shot for 4 over the bowler's head.
He's coming there, a good start at the top of the order, 33-run partnership, which is a good base. Not a lot after that. Yeah, Ndola had a couple of lusty blows. He had a good start for them. He was lucky at times. Thanks to the Blitz fielders putting a couple of chances down, and very indifferent fielding as well.
Yeah, and once they started to take wickets, then they continued. Here's the main performer, Chief Destroyer. Hawksworth with his leg spin. And you just look at how hard they're trying to whack him. No pace on it, just a little bit of turn. And yep, 3 wickets. Everybody getting the ball on the edge of the bat rather than in the middle. That was some work. Top work. Top stumping. Had a run out as well. Did the keeper. This is incredible. You watch this. Picks it up. There you go. He's not even checking whether he's got it or not. Just turned back. He walked in, hit a lovely 4 first ball, struck it well leg side, then that was it. Every one of them came out and just swung.
Yes, but I mean, the first game, everything went their way. They had one batter that went very deep in the innings, therefore the big score. And then the target's going to be Ndola Blitz, needing 85 of 60 balls. Let's go down to Marco.
Well, now we are coming here at the Lotus Sports Club, and with me is the executive of the Zambia Professional Cricketers Association. On my immediate left is the president of the association, Mr. Kushal Jain. Next to him is the general secretary, Dr. Titus Fernando. Next to him is Mr. Deepak Suroya. After that is Meeth Naik and Mukesh Rankwa. These are the executives behind the Zambia Professional Cricketers Association. They have a token that they would love to share, and this particular token are plaques that they would love to give to stakeholders who have made this particular Zambia Cricket League possible. And these stakeholders are government dignitaries. The first plaque will be given to the minister who, in absentia, it will be received by Mr. Chikobo, who is the Chief Development Officer from the Ministry of Youth and Sport. Mr. Chikobo, please. Presenting that particular award is Mr. Kushal Jain, the president of the association. Thank you very much. Next up will be the permanent secretary of the Ministry of Youth and Sport, Mr. Joe Kapembwa. Mr. Kapembwa, sir. Presenting that is the general secretary of the Zambia Professional Cricketers Association, Dr. Titus Fernando. Thank you very much, sir. And next up, we'll ask the National Sports Council of Zambia General Secretary, Mr. Raphael Mulenga, to come forward, please. And also the National Sports Secretary, of course, very key with regards to what happens in the world of cricket. Thank you very much, Mr. Deepak Soroya, presenting that particular one there. And the Lotus chairperson, Mr. Keyura Desai. Of course, Mr. Meeth Naik, one of the executives from the association, presenting that. Thank you very much, Mr. Desai. We'll also ask Mr. Ketan Naik to come forward. And Mr. Ketan Naik is the patron of the association and one of the people who has been key and very instrumental in making the Zambia Cricket League come to fruition. After him, Mr. Yunis Issa, a veteran administrator of cricket in our Zambian setup. Very honored to present that. Mr. Yunis Issa, thank you very much. And Mr. Ashish Desai, one of the veteran cricket faces from Zambia as well, presented there by Deepak Soroya. So those were the few gestures that the Zambia Professional Cricketers Association had to the key stakeholders that have made it possible for Bedbarter to sponsor the first ever Zambia Cricket League. For now, we're going to get ready as the second up will be the second innings, and we'll see how the Ndola Blitz will go about the run chase.
looking forward to chase 85 in 10 overs. Second inning, Kabwe Stars batted first and they scored 85, 84, 85 is the target. We'll be looking forward to defend that score.
The Lotus Sports Ground. Yes, it's the final of the Zambia T10 League. 85 runs is what the Blitz need to be champions. Struggled in their first 2 games, but I guess, well, they had an opportunity to play 3. As Johan van der Vat earlier on said, well, somebody needs to, there's a possibility that somebody would play 3 games, and the Blitz have struggled with their fielding in the first 2, but the most important thing is they won the eliminator, and now they're in the final. In the final, we're good with the ball. 84. Green back in the side, so he did well with the ball once again. And every time, as I said, every time he's bowled well, they've sort of managed to win games. And that man in picture, look at that strike rate. 226 runs in this tournament, leading run scorer. Best of 51 not out. Smashes it. How will he go? The captain, Robert Rogers. Wonderful strike rate. Henry Davids alongside. Possible to defend this, Henry?
Vic, it's a final, so it's possible. Saying that the Blitz, with having Fletcher and Rogers at the top, they've been very good for them. And they're going to need another good start again in this last game.
What about those numbers for Mohamed Tosaf? I mean, every single time you sort of look at, or look when he bowls, he actually bowls in the power play in the first 4 overs, and to have an average like that and the run rate that he goes at, I mean, he's going at under 7 runs and over. He starts proceedings. Straight to the fielder. He's searching, isn't he? He loves that area. Fletcher just gives himself some room, tries to open up the offside.
Yes, Vic, we've seen a lot of him, and obviously I think we all know that he's very strong on the offside, looking for that width just to freeze. And
goes again, straight to the fielder again. So we saw in that first game, the first semi-final, where he sort of was searching, got the outside edge, was dismissed quite early in the first over, didn't get much. Tosaf immediately, not coming around the wicket, this time he's over the wicket. Oh yes! Oh, he's got him! What a wonderful start!
what a wicket by the Stars, Vic. Now we're going to see how the Blitz will react. You can see the disappointment on Fletcher's face there. I think he's just waiting for the third umpire. As a batter, you think, nah, I got back. No, captain is fine, I got back.
Well, we saw how he stood in the first game, so I'm sure he's hoping that he's just got back. But it was good. It was really good. Good bowling by Tosaf. The line that he's bowling, first of all, Fletcher feels that while he's not getting underneath one, he runs down the wicket. And he just yorks himself at the end. That's good work from the keeper. Oh my goodness. That's just the start they wanted. Oh, he's gone. Gone miles. He's probably waiting, and we saw the expression in his face and maybe disappointed. Gone. No, he's gone. I know this. I mean, the umpire is standing there, but he's just gone. The bat's in the air. When he puts his bat down, the keeper's even past him.
Vic, no, he knows. He just knows. It's the disappointment. You know what you mean for your team. You know, if you get a good start, but team will be in a very good position. And he knows, obviously, yeah, umpire giving him out. We've had two very good stumpers in this game. So one by Fletcher earlier on, and one by Muwaba.
The leading run scorer of the tournament, Connor Fletcher, is gone without scoring. 0 for 1. Could you believe that? What a start this is. You look at the Stars, and and how they've played in this tournament. You know, they found ways of winning games. First, go back. First day of the tournament, didn't win a game. Come on Sunday, win 2 of their games. Yesterday they won their game, make sure that they qualify for the first semi-final. Beat them in the first semi-final. Carl Russell, good strike rate that. Been elevated at number 3 to do a job, to try and make sure they utilize this power play. Never ideal, isn't it? They don't have the ideal start because Fletcher normally gives them that start. Different game plan.
I think a good thing that we've seen for them is they've got hitters in the middle and the back end. Oh, good team as well. Oh, good footwork from Tausuf there. Hasn't gone for a run yet. Great start so far.
Come Joseph, come Joseph.
Catches the call. Nobody's going to catch that. That's just a wonderful hit. Wonderful cricket shot by Russell. Off the mark with a 6.
Effortless. Effortless. It just shows when you're in a good strong position. You know, the ball does go further. When you try to stroke the ball and you time it nicely instead of overhitting the ball. That was just in a great position. Beautiful hit over wide long off for 6.
Much tighter. There's an opportunity for a run out. The keeper just fumbles the ball. Get through quite easily at the end. 7 for 1 after the first over. Yeah, it's been a wonderful day for Tausuf. This is Fletcher. This is the first semi-final. Look at the line that he's bowling. It's full, and Fletcher tries to open up that offside, gets the outside edge. This time, much tighter. He changes his angle. And Fletcher running down the wicket, and he misses it. 2 out of 2. Well bowled. Never easy, though, to bowl spin. The restrictions. With those restrictions, only 2 men out in the ring. But he's really bowled well. And I said, his tournament going at just under 7 runs to the over. At an average of 11 runs.
Yes, Vic has been very good for the Stars. I love the way he plays with his angles, obviously. I was actually surprised he didn't come around the wicket first up to Fletcher. But at the end of the day, it worked for him. Didn't go for any runs off Fletcher, and he got his wicket again. Let's go in Agas.
He got some swing this morning. And immediately there is some in drift to the right-hander. That's a good start. Stars were very good in that first semi-final. They beat the Blitz by 9 wickets. Different role though. Batting first, only 4. They got the need to bowl really well. Wonderful start. Got the wicket of Fletcher at first over. They need a couple more. Too much room. Hit away for 4.
Another good shot from Rogers again. We saw him in the previous game. Very good for the Blitz. He's one of the big wickets at the top of the order that the Stars want to get.
It's just the line that he needs to get right. They just pitch it a little bit forward, and you can sort of understand why he's bowling that line, isn't it? The ball is like sort of nipping back into the right-hander. Yeah, that's not going to help. He's searching though. He's really searching, and that's going to go for 4.
I think, as you know, the natural in-swing of you have to start wide. If you don't swing, you're going to offer width, and you're going to get hit through the covers like that for 4. The ball does swing, you do tuck the batter up. But as you know, sometimes that white ball's got a mind of its own.
Yeah, but the problem is, as well, Henry, is if you don't bowl the ball and you're searching for the swing, that's when you sort of pitch the ball out, that you bowl that half volley, because timing is not right at the crease. And what he's done here is put himself under pressure because he's gone for 2 boundaries. Airborne, taken and gone. Lovely. Lovely start for the Stars, this. 2-man gone at the in form.
Yes, Vic, after hitting 2 boundaries, Rogers trying to hit another one over mid-off's head with the fielder up and just bit of bounce, splicing it straight to mid-off.
So look at the length though. Look at the length and look at the line that he's bowled. The previous one was just too wide, was just a nothing ball because he's searching for the swing. Goes for 4. The other one was just a short delivery outside off stump that could hit away. Too much room. Robert Rogers is gone for 8, 16 for 2. Now the third one, the line is good. The next one is so perfect. It's tight on off stump. You know, it's 4th stump. And normally when you talk about lines and what line do you trying to bowl, and you'll hear that we need to bowl much tighter. We want to bowl straight, and that's as straight as you want to be. And look at this delivery that Agas is bowling here. He adjusts as well. The line is good. The length is good as well. And Rogers can't get underneath it. Splices it straight to Candela. Very good fielder. It's Geldenhuys, who's the new batsman. It's a dot ball, and Agas will be happy.
Yes, Vicky got away with it. Like you're just going back to that length. A good length stays a good length at the end of the day, you know. Like if it's full, doesn't matter what line it is, it's gonna be a hittable ball. The length you can still get away with unless it's obviously very too wide, almost.
Oh goodness! Good work again. Good fielding. End of the over. 9 runs from it. 16 for 2. Fletcher, gone without scoring. Rogers, captain, gone for 8, hit 2 boundaries. Third one wants to go again. That's mid-off. There's Russell, there's Geldenhuys, Squire. He was captain last week. Hawksworth, we saw how capable he is with the bat. But Green, a couple of times we've seen Green at number 3, but the role has changed. Russell has been sent in at number 3. Okay. Tosef. At 6.
I think that's a very good hit from Russell. Also changing the angle coming around the wicket, but again it's the length. Doesn't matter where you're bowling from or what line you're bowling. If your length is good, then it stays good. That is just too full in the heating area.
Wait. Check your fielders.
Oh, he's taken. 3 overs, 3 wickets. Nice. Good work, Stars.
Oh, Vic. I think Russ will be very unhappy with that. The ball was there, so it was in the slot. Very similar to the 6 that Geldenhuys hit earlier. And just hit it. Must hit it a little bit straight too long on.
Yeah, the role of Russell is to come in and make sure that he hits boundaries in this power play. finds the fielder. Lovely catch. Oh, I think we've got a game in our hands here, Henry. 24 for 3 now in the third over.
We definitely have a game on Aiden Hawksworth. Back in decent strike rate. Struggled in the beginning. Got a couple of runs later on in this tournament. But yeah, 3 wickets down in the power play. We've seen them, they're very top heavy. They've been having very good starts in this tournament. See how they approach it from here on in. It's a bit of pressure on them now. From the Stars point, they've got the runs on.
Four more runs for Geldenhuys. There's a fielder there. Oh my goodness.
I think they want to have another look at that. That looked like a miss hit. I had a look at his bat as he walked in, and it's a look at that thing.
Come on, Joseph, come Joseph, come
How big
Joseph.
is that?
Yeah, Geldenhuys is doing a good job here, even though they've lost the 3 wickets. He's on 16 of just 6 deliveries. He's going to go again, but this time it's straight up in the air. It's an opportunity. Oh no, missed over Candela's head. They still managed to come back for a couple. Busy over. End of the over. 34 for 3. So one more over for the power play. It's only 51 that's needed now. And even though they're hitting boundaries, they're still losing wickets. So they need to make sure that they get some sort of partnership here. The Blitz, well, what the Stars need to do is to try and break these partnerships.
Thinking 2. Comfortable. Come on, Johan. Who's winning here?
Yeah, I've said it offline, off air, and I'm going to say it again. I think the Stars, they got their tails up. And saying that, it just takes clever cricket. It's almost like 7 runs and over. Another wicket here. Their main guns is out. So another wicket here. I feel the Stars has got their tails up. It's going to be a tricky chase, that's for sure. 3 wickets early in the power play. Geldenhuys, he's had a chance to his arm a couple of times. There's another one. There's another couple here. And there's problems inside edge. So the Stars is my answer. Long story short.
Yeah, you got there. You got there in the end. Yeah, 37 for 3 after 3.5. You'd say bowling side, but because they're only chasing 84, you might say you take those runs even though you're 3 down. Lose another though in the power play and then it might be a problem. No full tosses. Full tosses are not going to help you. 4 runs. He'll keep collecting the Blitz.
Remember, have a look at the required rate. Under 7 now. Regarding those deliveries, you're going to go fetch them. You're going to struggle. The thing is, it's only 87, 84 they got. How can I forget? I predicted that. There it is. Chances on one time too many. And that's Geldenhuys gone. He's played a little cameo, but that's the wicket they were looking for. He's looking dangerous. That's the 4th wicket in the power play, and that's going to win them the game. They need to keep on taking wickets. Geldenhuys gets a full one. Look at where his head is, in no position whatsoever. And it's the end of Geldenhuys. Is there a twist? Is there a twist in this game? I think so.
Good work done by Greg Geldenhuys, double G. 22 for just 9. Yeah, but look, it's you've got to say it's kind of neck and neck. You take, for me, I still think you'd take the runs, 41. Not too many more to get from here. 44 more, 6 wickets in hand, 6 overs to go. You should get there, but you just don't know.
Should, but second column, 4 down. There's the problem. The top order through basically the whole tournament has scored the majority of the runs, like it should be. So the bottom order is going to get tested here. They're going to have to finish this off.
Right, now the game starts. At 41 for 4. What's Hawksworth got? I feel if they get him out. Yeah, it was particularly proactive in trying to finish off the previous game that got them into this final. Some cute shots, laps and deflections.
One partnership from here on in. You'll have the trophy and everything that goes with that. It's much easier said than done. Hawksworth, he was he opened a couple of times, so definitely not the worst with the bat. So he needs someone to establish a partnership with him. Green, they still got Green. He's injured though. He's playing in this game, but he's got his left forearm injured. That's going to hamper him. Kandela is into the attack.
Oh, how has that missed the stumps? Would have been a classical off-spinner's dismissal. Through the gate, trying to work it, and he missed it completely. Fielded. Good communication as well from keeper and bowler.
Oh yes, Godfrey, that's it.
What's an over?
1 dot dot Dot, dot, what an over. And that is what the wickets can do to you if you lose four wickets so quickly. Ndola, finish it off strong. One option maybe. Wicket. Let's see.
Top work. Just one run. That's excellent. 42 for 4.
Keep your eye on that runs needed. Balls remaining. See that gap widening all the time. And there you can see it. Have a look at the bottom part. Full of wickets. Every over they've lost a wicket. And then the over with only one run.
Righto. 9 wickets in 8 matches at 9.77. If that's
Andy.
not enough.
Andy.
Yeah, I think it's done okay.
4 for 15.
In 2 overs. 4 for 15 in 2 overs. Wow. Right, here we go. I think just get the ball. Yeah, I can understand it though. He's just used to taking wickets.
Oh, it's basically a celebration every third delivery. 4 wickets in 2 overs. One of us here hasn't taken 4 wickets in 4 spells.
Good communication. I like that communication actually from the keeper. How well has he hit it? How well has it? Oh, well enough. Well enough. It's gone for 6.
A much needed one that I was just about to say there's something about Zimba. They struggle to get him away as well this time. Hawksworth on the knee. Square slog sweep. He's got to steer them home. He's the senior player yet. So he's got to steer them home. So he's got 1 of 7. He's got to help from the other side as well. He needs help. He can't do it on his own.
That's out. Stumping. I'm going to check to be sure. Wow. Oh, that's the wicket. That's the one they want.
Yeah, my first guess is this is going to be out. Plonking the bat back. It's never easy. We've seen a fantastic stumping earlier. 2 of them actually. Is this going to be another? Is he going to rack up more wickets quietly? With this time is the sides to charge.
Let's have a look. Big swing. Yeah, it looks out. Can't see from there. This will give us an idea. Yep. Bat's not down yet.
Out.
Yep, out.
Has to be. Big wicket. Massive wicket. You almost feel chances also gone with that. Still got green. We're going to have to wait and see what he does, what he can do.
There's confirmation. Did you hear the big cheer? Yeah, that's who was cheering. Well done, they say. Hands in, everybody in. Still can do this. There you go. Hawksworth on his way. A little tap on the head is, why do I have to run at him?
What were you thinking? Tap the man on the shoulder, actually. That's him. He's mostly the problem.
You can get to him, you can get to him. Go, 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 go. Oh, couldn't.
I can remember sometimes having a full conversation with the little guy on the shoulder. It's just not a few chirps here and there. It's a conversation between balls. Squire, he's next man in. I need to talk home about strike rate only 96. Excuse me, 76. 35 needed. 35 needed. 26, 25 deliveries to come.
Simba's overs, Candela's overs, always crucial. Godfrey Candela. Oh, hello. Pressure, pressure. 35 from 25. Will he have a big swing? Should never be one there. You take one instead of four, I guess, but come on. Anyhow, end of the over. Good one. Had a wicket in it there. The apologies for the single and for the not so good throw. All's well that ends well. Around about now, the pressure's not just on the batting side. It's on the bowling side as well. And whilst you could sit and say, just, you know, run up, bowl, let them make the play, you're very well aware of what the rate required is and the fact that you're pretty close having got the 5 wickets, and you don't want to put a foot wrong. It's whether you can shut that out of your mind though and just focus on what's happening or what's needed.
Anything goes in the air, got to take it, expected to take it. So much online.
Well, I don't know.
Seen a bit of cricket in the last 2 weeks.
I'm thinking bold and LBW.
Stumping is proved to be
Well done.
You can see the batsmen are tentative going through their shots. You know, these guys are going even at a runner ball. They need more than that.
Shouts of catch it. Taken. There's another one down. Pressure, pressure. 6 down.
Celebrations all around for the Stars, and I have to say they have actually been the best fielding side as well, and catching, and Squire has to go back. Now, what's to follow? Into the bowlers. Just didn't get hold of it, just didn't get close enough to it. Hits it on the toe end, you can hear the sound of the bat. And the Stars not dropping, comfortably taking that catch. Never in doubt.
Ashraf, you stay on the 30, yeah?
He loves to toss it up. Brave, is very brave as Godfrey Kandela, and it's brought success.
He's only gone for one in 9 deliveries. Can you believe it? This is a 10-over game. Jeez.
Wicket! Oh, goodness! It tied him in knots. And in the end, he thinks, I'll run down, I'll work you to the leg side for one. Misses it.
Ended up looking like swatting flies. Didn't get close to it. And, sorry to say, Stars are tightening the screws here. 7 down. In the 6th over. They have brought their A game. But it turned, didn't get close to it.
Attacking 4-day line. That's pitching outside the wide line and turning back towards the stumps, straight through the gate there. That's brilliant. Not so good from the batting side.
Enjoyable class. And the ones who's the Stars is your team, that's what you want to see. He's one of the bowlers that has turned it consistently. Because of the pace he's bowled, he's had great control, not only now, in the previous games we've seen as well. And Badcock didn't expect to be in the 7th over. What can he do?
Stay on the 30.
Just a single. I'll say again, his overs as well as Zemba's overs. Always important. Gone! Oh wow!
Wow. 53 for 8. If you just tuned in, it's correct. 53 for 8. These Stars team is putting the pedal down. And for me now, there's only one winner. Green to come is injured. Looked a little bit ungainly. Great stumping. If you're the batter, you don't want to see the replay of that.
The spin has been ace. It really has. Godfrey Kandela again. 53 for 8. Chasing 84 and just have not got anywhere close. Still have a couple to come in after this. Let's see what Chris May can do. Two for 3 for Godfrey Kandela. That's him done. Oh, wow.
How about that? Candela, 2 for 3 in 2 overs in the T10 game. Wonderful spell. 84 for 8 is what the Stars got, and this bowling performance has just been brilliant. They've leaked a couple of runs in the first power play though, but it's the comeback. Spin has just been so good for them. They just managed to find a way to pick up wickets after the power play. But Candela, Zimba, Tosef, they've just been brilliant, really brilliant. That required rate now is moved to 10.5 and over. Current run rate 7.5. That's what the Blitz have. Oh, that's not a good start. That'll be wider.
Yes, Vic. The spinners have been very, very good for the Stars. Their fielding has been very good. They've been taking the catches, the odd one going down instead. Like the Blitz have dropped a couple today, and that has cost them.
This is straight up in the air. There's an opportunity for somebody to take this one. Oh, he's dropped it.
It's a good effort. He finished up on the ring, which means that he made a couple of meters there. That's the captain. The captain. I was thinking he winded himself there.
Yeah, he's hit it straight up in the air. It's a lot of work to be done, isn't it? I mean, the captain, he gets there. He's so disappointed with that. What happens though is he drops the catch, and they still manage to come back for 2. He'll be okay. He'll be very disappointed though with the drop catch.
Yes, Vic has done all the good work of getting there nicely and steadying himself, and maybe just overrunning it a little bit. And it looked like he just he just winded himself, you know, ball to the chest, just breathing a little bit heavy. If you look at this game, I think the Blitz have made it very, very hard for themselves. Obviously, all those dropped catches in the Stars innings, they didn't even get to 84, and then a very sloppy batting display. As we said earlier, they're very top heavy. Expecting a lot of the top order, and the top order didn't fire today. And this game is also, even though it's short, it's about partnerships and a little bit of momentum. They've had no momentum and no partnerships as yet.
They needed to adjust though. I think they needed to relook on how they go on with their business. Even though they still managed to get 40 in the first 4 overs in the power play, which is a decent enough. The problem is the right column. They lost 4 wickets in 4 overs. There's a chance for a run out. Oopsie, he just misses the stumps. And because of that, there's just nobody in the top 6 that takes responsibility to bat towards the end of the innings. Now it's the lower order that needs to get 10.5 runs to the over.
Yes, Vic, and especially against probably the 2 best spinners in the tournament, in Zimba and Candela. They've been very, very good for the Stars, taking wickets, not going for low runs. And the Blitz definitely up against it.
Look, the thought process has to be that you would feel that the Blitz will lose this game because of the amount of wickets that they've lost. But it's only 10 runs and over that they need. You know, and it's Simba's last over. Candela's finished bowling. What other options does the captain have?
Yes, Vic, I think it's a tough thing for them is they've lost 8 wickets. They do have Green, but we think he's struggling with a little bit of an injury. As we've seen, he's very good with the bat. Laying in the long handle. Bit of a leading edge to cow corner there. Option for, it just made it. Now, the Stars have been a lot better, to be honest, than the Blitz in the field, and that at the moment is the difference.
Yeah, you need to take your catches. We've seen a few misfields, but the thing is, the catching is crucial. You need to take your catches. You take your catches, you restrict the opposition, and that's what's happened here with the Blitz. Is he going to give him? Oh, yes, he's given him! He's given him, and so wicket number 9 goes down.
That's Chris Mai going for 4 runs off 4 deliveries. Always a tough task as we have Green coming in to the wicket. He's definitely, I definitely think he's got a bit of an injury because he was very good. Let's look at this wicket. Zimba coming around the wicket, pitching the ball. And off. Oh, it was a tough one. Vic, as a batter, I won't be happy with that.
Yeah, the problem is though, if you look where he is. So the problem is H, and I know why you say that you'll be very disappointed with that. Is all it needs to do, the fact that the umpire has given him out, it has to clip leg stump. But if you look at that front view, he's so deep in his crease, and the ball just needs to travel. You know, if it's further up, it's not out. But I mean, the fact that he's so close to his stumps, that's out. James Green comes in at number 10. Look at that strike rate, 209, and you can understand why he's batting at number 11. He has an injury. My problem is if he's going to bat at number 11, he's coming in to bat. Why doesn't he bat higher up? Especially from how we've seen him bat. But that's the reason why he's struggling with his arm.
Yes, Victor, he doesn't look very, very comfortable that, you know, he's holding his front arm or wrist or something, so doesn't look very pleasant. That's why I think they just got him in for his bowling because he's been very good with the ball. And it is his top hand, his left hand. The Blitz being 62 for 9 after 8 overs. 2 overs to go. Basically with one batsman there, other guy being injured, Victor.
Yeah, he's struggling. Yeah, the LBW shot is when you look at the angle, right? Look where he stands. He's standing on leg stump, but he walks across, way across. And as the ball strikes him, you can't see any stumps. But I'm sure, I mean, now look at where he is now. He's fairly deep in his crease. The ball doesn't have to travel far. Hence, I feel that even though you're very disappointed, the ball, and it hits him so low down as well, it just needs to clip. 50-50 call. Benefit goes to the batsman, not on this occasion, because the keeper the umpire feels that, well, it will hit this time. He's gone.
I think I'd go more 60-40. Decision by the umpire there. You're talking about that now. I watched a clip yesterday with Brian Lara and Sachin Ndola about this Abu Dhabi, thinking something that the ICC needs to look at is if it doesn't matter if the umpire gives it out or not out, if the ball is a stumps out. And it just makes it so much easier because 49%, 51%, you know. As of Kandela bowling his last, his first over.
It's a big over this though. If you think about it, the previous game that they played was against the same team. He went the distance. The problem is though is they've held him back, and now what he's bowling now to number 10 and number 9, number 10 and number 11. Green is capable. Sliced away. A few runs here. I don't understand. They need to get third man back. Ball back of a lane. Protect that side. At the moment, anything that's back of a lane and he slices it, goes over the fielder. That's a few runs that they get. Badcock is on 5 of just 4 deliveries. That required run rate is just creeping up. So 20. They need two a ball now. It's straight up. It's a good chip. Just a single.
Yes, as we can see, they're trying to get Badcock on strike because Green is really struggling. You know, as they suffer them out. Honestly, they just got him back in for his bowling, and he's been very, very good for them with the ball. But it's obviously a big loss for them with the bat.
having bowled first, right? You won the toss, you bowl first, and you restrict the opposition to 84, and how they batted, you would feel, and he would have thought that, well, listen, I'm sure that the top order will get this done, get this job done, but unfortunately they just lost their way. They lost too many wickets. So now he needs to do it. He needs to try and win the game with the bat. Not comfortable because he can't hit he can't use those long levers because of the discomfort on that arm.
And there's no strength. You can see he had a big swing and there's no power in that hand. So it doesn't matter how big you swing, the ball's not going to go anywhere.
That's a good stop, that. 6 runs from the over. 69 for 9.
Victor, last over of this final game, Green on strike. If we had a fit Green, we could have think, okay, yeah, still game on 16 to win. You know, it's two boundaries brings you early on, brings you back into the game. But now obviously he's batting with one hand, so it's definitely an uphill task.
Yeah, it's going to be a battle, isn't it? You would probably feel a fit Green in the previous over would have tried to take Kandela on because he enjoys facing seam. He likes it when the ball comes on and it's a little bit quicker. But unfortunately not to be at the moment. But it doesn't mean that they're out of it. 16 runs you can still get. And I agree with you. You get 1 wicket, you get 2 boundaries first up, then it all changes. Nyirongo. Fumble, gets a terrible bounce. They'll come back for 2. Just make sure that they don't get the boundary. Green has to go now. Take some painkillers and just swing hard as you can. That's what he will do. That is what he will do. He can't hit the ball down the ground, so he'll try and play the lap shot. And that's a good shot there by Green. Good awareness. So pressure on the bowler. Now they need 10 of just 4.
Great option, especially if you have one hand. Victor's using the pace. Getting it fine with no fielders behind the wicket. And if I'm clever with the stars, I bring those long off and long on up because there's no power. It's tough for him to hit the ball over there. So he will more often than not just use the pace of the bowler.
Dot ball helps. Changes again. 10 of 3. Just the 1 bounce. A single. Nyirongo doing a good job.
Victor 9 of 2. 2 fours. Superb.
I was just about to think about that. That would be nice.
Victor, just to make it interesting, there's still no guys behind the wicket. I think a lap is a good option. Badcock's not a strong hitter of the cricket ball.
Yeah,
but it might
just look at
surprise
that
me.
Field setting. Yeah, everybody's in front. Oh, it's
Oh,
straight
it's
up in
gone
the
all
air. Is it going all the way? Oh my goodness!
Oh, Victor, we just said he might just use the pace and just hit a beautiful 6 straight down the ground. 3 runs off the last delivery. And we have Geldenhuys there. But, oh, he's almost pulling his hair out. Victor? tough thing is now it's the expectation. 2 balls ago you were thinking, okay, I'm out of it. Now,
Yeah, I was just about to say, all you need to do and make sure is don't try and go for a boundary. It's right in the arc. And even though the fielder thinks that he has a chance, the timing is so good and it just sails over. Candela needs to be on the fence. It's the boundaries that they need to stop. It's 3 off 1. Super over. You called it, H.E. They need to come back. They need to come back for the super over. They need to run in the fumble.
oh, Victor!
My goodness!
How
We
is
have
that?
a super over.
Victor? T10 cricket? Oh dear. I think the people are losing their hair watching this game back home.
Yeah, well, the Stars will be so disappointed with that because they pulled it back. They pulled it back. It's 16. It's what they needed in the final over. Second delivery went for a boundary, and then all of a sudden the pressure changes. Oh man, it's the fumble. It's the pressure though. You sort of think about the run out first, and you don't look at the ball. You can see the frustration from the keeper. Yeah, disappointed. It all changes. It opens it up again. Yeah, it's super over. What a final this has been. 84 for 9. Plays 84 from the Stars. Oh. You can just look at their faces though. Look at the whole momentum shift. They're so disappointed. They're smiling because they feel that they have a chance all of a sudden.
Yes, Victor, you can see the disappointment in the Stars' faces, their body language. Now, all the Blitz taking all the momentum out of nowhere. Out of nowhere, 2-3 balls ago, we thought, no, it's game over, finished, done. Trophy going to the Stars, and out of nowhere, Babcock hits a lovely 6, and then guys go through for 2 runs to get into a super over. I think the sponsors in Bestmart will be very happy with us. Another extra game, if you can call it that.
Yeah, it is, eh? And also the finish is so close. And once you look at teams playing in the final, you look at the consistency and how teams have played, and these 2 teams have really been good. They've won a lot of games. They've been consistent. Played in the first semi-final, and that's what you want. You want to at least play in the first semi-final, meaning that you've been consistent enough. But unfortunately, though, and body language just says a lot. If you look at the body language of the Stars, it's not a good one because they feel a little bit disappointed because they feel that they should have won this game. Now they have to play 1 more over. The other side, the camp is a happier one because they feel that they have a chance now. It's turned around. Oh my goodness, what a final.
Yes, Victor, everything went with them most of the game. The fielding of the Blitz was basically horrendous. Now, the funny thing, or not the funny thing, I think the tough thing was obviously who you want to go send into bat and who's going to bowl your last over, or, well, the only over. And I have a very good feeling that the Stars are going to go to one of their spinners because they've been, throughout the tournament, they've been the most difficult bowlers to get away.
Candela bowled 2 overs, 2 for 3 runs.
Zimba
has picked up wickets. Tosaf has been outstanding. He's going at just under 7 runs to the over. He's picked up wickets as well. That's Joseph, the captain. Obviously having a discussion about the ball. Just use the same ball. It's only 10 overs old.
But if you think about it, you can't write the script any different, you know? What do you want? It's been very good cricket throughout the whole weekend. If you've seen everything, spectacular cricket, some great fielding, some very ordinary fielding, very good bowling. The batters have been very good. Big scores, big totals, hundreds. We've seen a couple of 50s. And now we have a super over as well. What more do you want?
What would be ideal though for the Stars, they bowling first, you pick up 2 wickets, you only need 1 to win. That can happen. That can happen.
Vic, are we seeing some worried faces there? Looks like it.
And that's my concern, though. That's really my concern. Is the whole game has turned around now. Is one team that was struggling, first of all, first half. That's what you get, right? You get 84. You feel, oh, do we have enough? You then bowl and you bring yourself back in the game because the Blitz then feel that they need to hit themselves out and win the game quite comfortably before they get to the 10th over. Power play number 1, they lose 4 wickets. And as the game progressed, the spinners bowl well again, and you need to defend 17 in the last over, 16 in the last over. Well, they managed to get there, don't win the game, but they tie the game. It's a super over, those emotions. And just look at them, look at the body language. Nobody's just saying anything.
The body language doesn't look great. We saw it last night with the Heats playing against the Kings, with all that emotion and the passion that the Heats were playing with. They got a massive total and winning easily, where we thought the Kings was going to go through. And exactly the same, the Stars were very, very good the whole day basically. They're awesome, almost a perfect game this morning. And they've done very well to restricting, not to restricting, but to get to 84, obviously with a very ordinary fielding of the Blitz. But now just that last 10 minutes of the game, last 10 minutes of the game that didn't go their way, and you can see the captain there as well, shoulders dropping. It's gonna be an interesting finish. I hope on their behalf they're gonna lift their heads, because they've been very good out throughout the whole tournament.
Yeah, I don't understand what the confusion is. First of all, I think you need to nominate who your 3 batsmen are. I think that's the starting point. And secondly, it shouldn't be taking so long. Mukesh, he's on the field. His team's not even playing in the final, so he probably is one of the organizers or the rules or whatever the case might be. Maybe confusion of what the rules are. And the bowling side, just nominate 1 bowler. A 10-minute turnaround. Right? You play. Batting side bats. The team that was batting second bats first, and the team that was batting first bats second. That's the rules.
I think there might be a little bit of confusion regarding the rules. Being the first tournament for them, it has been a very good tournament. It was just good to see how the standard of the cricket just kept on improving. I think it's going to be something very good for Zambian cricket going forward. You know, giving the guys the opportunity to play in a format like this and with a different pressure.
Get the names now before.
Yeah, just get from Robert.
Yeah. Umpires will give the names of the 3 batsmen from both sides,
Both sides
bowlers.
and the 2 bowlers.
Okay. Before they start, they go. Yeah.
You're writing the names, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. You can just hear that. I mean, that's what needs to happen. That should have happened a while ago already. Is the umpires must know you nominate your 3 batsmen. And then the 2 bowlers being a bowler from each side. And then you're done and the game carries on. Never thought we'll get a super over.
Bowler's name.
What Joseph's doing there, he's just written down his the 3 batsmen that's gonna bat for the Stars, and now he's just confirming his bowler. Interesting to see who the bowler is, though. Joseph maybe to bowl the 1 over.
I think, like I say, his starts have been very, very good, but I'd go for Zamba, just a different angle. I like the approach of his, it's like a cat. Just something different. And the guy's happy. If he gets it right, it's been very, very difficult to get away. But like I said, Toast has been very good with a new ball as well. You should use a new ball. So yeah, let's see. I think the most experienced guy they're going to try use there.
Yeah, that's what happens. The Stars bat at first, 84 for 8. That's why they got in their 10, and then Ndola Blitz in the final delivery tied the game. Helden's 22 of 9 deliveries, but Badcock star of the day because he hit a 6 and they ran 2 to tie the game. Kandela was outstanding, 2 for 3. Zimba 2 for 16. Agas 2 for 17. Joseph again. The 3 spinners have just been so good for the Stars. So it's the Blitz that will bat. Geldernees. Geldernees is will start proceeding with Rogers, the captain. Okay, and the bowler that they've picked is Zimba. All right, you can see you've captained a few teams, H.E.
Yes, Victor, that's something different. I'm surprised they've sent in Gelder instead of Fletcher, who's been the best batter in the tournament.
That was my concern. So when you said Zimba, right, I thought Fletcher will probably start the batting, and with the left armour, he opens up and he'll try and hit him on the offside, and that's where he'll probably be bowling in his hitting zone. Not to be. It's Geldernees that will start. Leading run scorer doesn't start the batting because he didn't score runs today, maybe? Okay. There he goes. Oh! That's going to be tight. That is going to be very tight.
Beautiful delivery from Zimba there, Vic. Lovely shape on it, and he's still looking to turn it. A lot of the time, as a bowler, you think, okay, I must get the ball in the block hole. There's just a normal left arm orthodox delivery with a bit of turn. Pitch on off stump with a bit of turn and opportunity. Let's see what the third umpire says.
What a start this will be. What a start this will be. I said to you before they started, they just need to get 2 wickets, and all of a sudden they're chasing 1. It's as simple as this, and that's the struggle. You feel that you have a chance. Nothing wrong with the delivery. Swings hard. He's been so good, the keeper. The foot's out. Foot's way out. What happens now? That's important. Oh, he's got him! He's got him! Foot's in the air. That means Simba gets the first wicket. Action. That's T10 for you.
I think the possibility is there to score 1 run. You called it earlier. I hope not. And just for the sake of this final, it'd be nice for the Blitz to get some lusty blows. But what a delivery! Great work from the keeper there. Lovely take. Good quick hands.
There's been some brilliance though. I mean, and this is what you want, right? You the T10 in Zambia. First of all, there's been no cricket whatsoever in the world. There's been no sport. And what they want to do, they're trying to promote the game of cricket. And they probably feel that the only way they can promote the game is have this tournament, show it on television, let every kid in Zambia see this game, and we want interest out of this game. You play this over 2 weekends, and this is what you see. There's been some brilliant spin bowling. There's been some good seam bowling when the ball has swung. Green has been good, some good hitting. And also, the keeping has just been outstanding. It's a brilliant stumping that from, is it Mwaba? Yeah, Mwaba's just been good. Got some runs with the bat and now the stumping.
Yes, Victor. And in this specific game, like I said, another beautiful stumping. Mwaba in the normal innings, we call that as well. And Fletcher, very good stumping for his team as well. But I think the umpire still okay. He's not happy with what he's seen so far. And there's some discussion there.
I don't know what's taking so long though. I don't know what footage they're looking at, because the footage that we're looking at is the batsman is out, and when this keeper breaks the stump, his foot's still in the air, and you need to credit the keeper there. And generally when the ball comes to the keeper, and we've seen keeper go back and then stump, What he does, though, is he gets the ball and goes straight to the stumping, and that's those milliseconds that makes a difference. We'll have a look at it again. I've got a batsman on the right side of me here, and he'll probably make the call. I'll leave it to him to make the call. I've made my decision, and the decision is out.
Vic, I'm just going to call it from a viewership point of view, not from a batting point of view.
I'll call that one. That's a perfect delivery. It's not a no ball.
Bit of bounce there again, Vic. Beautiful take, just because of the way he's taking it there. His foot is still outside. Good grab by Mwaba. Still outside. He is still definitely still outside. Bails coming off. Not yet. One more frame. Just there. Foot on the line. And a little bit in the air as well. Vic. Okay. Out.
That's out. That's out.
Yes, it is out. The bail is off and his foot is in the air.
It's out. Look at his foot. His foot's in the air, though. Foot's in the air at the moment, and it's out. So he's trying to get back, so he lifts his back foot, right? He lifts his back foot.
Like that's on the ground there, it's going up because he's trying to get back, Vic. Yeah. And he's not sliding it in, he's plunging it back, basically.
And look at this, right? And the other thing, though, is first of all, when he breaks the stump, his foot's not in the crease. Right? There, gone. Okay, I don't know what the confusion is. I guess the most important person to make the decision is the umpire, and he needs to make the call. And we've made our call from here because we can see, first of all, his foot's outside when he breaks the stump, and it's in the air as well.
Yes, Vic, definitely. You can see the way he's picking his foot. I'm trying to get his foot back, and like you said, I don't know why the umpire is taking so long. He probably sees something that we don't.
We're still waiting for the decision. I think the super over is taking longer than the game at the moment. Okay. Still waiting.
Vic, I think they're close to having a decision. But at the end of the day, if you take this long, there's obviously a lot of doubt. Not being a batsman, I am a batsman. But then at the end of it,
claiming 3 wickets, and as we walk over to the silverware, very interesting display of silverware that we have here, and of course, best wickets, best batsman, best bowler, player of the tournament, the big one itself. All of that is going to be up for grabs, and a lot of players have put out their hearts today, played their hearts out, and they have put up a splendid performance. Would love to present the Man of the Match award for the final, which saw the Ndola Blitz fall at the hands of the Kabwe Stars. And the Man of the Match for that particular one was Godfrey Kandela. To present this particular award is Mr. Cade Chikobo, who is from the Ministry of Youth and Sport, and he is the Chief Development Officer. He will do the presentation for this particular award. Mr. Chikobo, please join me. Godfrey, please come through. Wonderful performance from Godfrey Kandela. one of the brothers that plays for the Kabwe Stars, him alongside Gladson, his brother. They're actually three. There's a Gilbert as well. So the Kandela brothers doing very well for themselves. We're going to call upon the dignitaries to join me up in the front. And, of course, on my immediate left, the Permanent Secretary for the Ministry of Youth and Sport, Mr. Joe Kapembwa. On his immediate right, of course, is Mr. Chikobo, Mr. Raphael Mulenga from the National Sports Council, and, of course, Mr. Kushal Jain, and all the other dignitaries, Mr. Foloko as well in our midst, and Mr. Mavuto Nguni, a board member of the National Sports Council. And we're going to move on to present the trophy of the emerging player of the tournament. He comes from the team that came out second today, and that is Kel Russell. A big hand of applause for him. So we'll ask Mr. Nguni to do the honors and actually present that. So Kel Russell, one of the young lads. Thank you. So very exceptional there from the young lad there. Did put up some brilliant numbers, of course, throughout the course of the tournament. And we're going to move on to the next presentation of the silverware today. And to give that we're going to have the National Sports Council of Zambia General Secretary, Mr. Raphael Mulenga, who will give the player of the Best Bowler Award. That particular honor goes to James Zimba of the Kabwe Stars. And James Zimba, of course, with that trademark winding run as he makes his ball, very exceptional, was claiming big wickets. He kept Kabwe in contention to win this particular final. And James Zimba, good showing from him. And best batsman of the particular tournament, which will be presented by the National Olympic Committee President, Mr. Alfred Foloko, is Connor Fletcher. Kudos to the young lad, Connor Fletcher. Big things he has done. A bright future lies in wait for him. And before Connor leaves our midst, I'll ask him to stay, because at this particular point, to be presented by the Permanent Secretary of Youth and Sport, is the Player of the Tournament Award, Connor Fletcher. At this particular point, I would ask for the executive members of the Zambia Professional Cricketers Association to join me up front. The President, Mr. Kushal Jain, the General Secretary, Dr. Titus Fernando, executive members as well, as we look to present some individual silverware to them. So we're going to give the officials now, who officiated this particular tournament very well. And leading the delegation of officials will be our referee, who has done his job very ably, Mr. Duncan Hawksworth. He, alongside the umpires, Santos, Robert, and Anthony. Please come through and get your honors. Umpire Santos, Anthony, Robert, please come through. And the scorers as well. Yes, Santos, you may come through. And we'll have our three scorers as well, doing the work for us on the ink side. Good going, guys. And finally, I'm going to ask for Kushal to move forward and stand beside the Permanent Secretary, Mr. Joe Kapembwa, as we present the big one. It has been 4 days of cricket, and we have enjoyed each and every game of it Saturday, last week, we had 4 games, interesting games. Sunday, we had 4 games. Yesterday, we had 4 games. Today, we had 3 games. And emerging victorious from those 3 games, it had to go to a super over. And there's no other way to end an inaugural T10 Zambia Cricket League. Ladies and gentlemen, a warm round of applause for the Kabwe Stars, winners of the inaugural T10 Zambia Cricket League. And of course, leading the line is Ashraf, followed by Mohammed, Mosin also, Tausif, Mahmoud, Gladson Kandela there, and Nyirongo, Isaac Mwaba, and Sensha, one of the exceptional batsmen of this particular tournament. And the likes of Godfrey Kandela, who came out man of the match of the final, and James Zimba. Yeah, that run of his leading up to the bowling is something that we can watch out for the ages. And so to present to the captain, I'll ask the captain, Joseph Chinunga, to please come forward and receive this particular trophy from the president of the Zambia Professional Cricketers Association, Mr. Kushal Jain, and the permanent secretary of Youth and Sport, Mr. Joel Kapembwa, the Kabwe Stars.
Limpid Beats.